Most of us experience daily life as a constant state of resistance. Every action requires effort, like pushing through heavy, turbulent pressure. We typically assume that matter is the firm foundation of reality, and that consciousness is a byproduct of the brain. However, the underlying mechanics suggest an inversion. The universe is consciousness taking the appearance of matter. Before physical creation, there was a state of perfect equilibrium. It was an immensity of awareness resting in complete balance and radiant joy, totally devoid of opposing forces. The Big Bang represents the primal rupture of that equilibrium. Unified consciousness split into two distinct opposing impulses. The first impulse is electrical and expansive, the drive to move, act, and assert identity. The second impulse is magnetic, the pull to bond, protect, and give form, action and restraint. This diagram maps those mechanics. Notice the high-amplitude, wide oscillation waves at the bottom. This is the duality wave, the constant push and pull between these separated forces as they attempt to return to unity. When consciousness operates at these lower, wider frequencies, it relies on contrast to generate energy. The tension between these opposites is the engine itself. Because the system operates on opposing forces, existence at these frequencies requires constant friction. The hardness of life is a mechanical consequence of living inside a high-friction engine. This map illustrates how we navigate that friction daily. The central geometry is a lemniscate, or infinity loop, tracing our constant movement between the two magnetic poles. We exhale through the electrical drive to explore and project our individuality outward. Then we inhale through the magnetic pole to draw inward, bond, and secure what we've discovered. Evolving our consciousness means climbing this frequency scale. As awareness shifts away from fear and survival toward reason and unconditional love, the chaotic wave patterns tighten and cohere. This chart isolates the precise ascent. At the bottom, you see the heavy friction of duality, where opposing lines are furthest apart. Moving upward, that opposition collapses. The waves lose their destructive amplitude, converging toward a single, harmonized axis. Here, the structural crossing point where these two cones meet represents the human body. We act as the exact center of this geometry. This intersection is where the frequency of a selected experience slows down. As consciousness loses its expansive speed and gains density at the crossing, it takes on the appearance of physical matter. The human vessel acts as the structural transducer. By holding a singular focus at this crossing point, we collapse the high-frequency potential into a specific, tangible reality. Looking directly at this model, the luminous dot labeled the 0 point sits at the exact center of the infinity loop. When opposing waves perfectly harmonize, they meet right here in the present moment, the here now. At this central node, consciousness stops oscillating. It stops chasing the next experience and instead becomes an attractor basin, a point of gravity that reality naturally organizes around. The turbulent pressure of daily life drops away. The chaotic energy instantly restructures into a smooth, frictionless field, radiating evenly from the center. This illustration, titled "The Murmurations Within Consciousness," maps that state. This is self-aware, intelligent coherence, where the individual radiates as a unified whole. In a coherent system, cause and effect are one. What we radiate as an internal state of being is the cause that dictates the effect of our external environment. This unobstructed circuit is what we call grace. A master understands this causal link. By maintaining a specific internal frequency, they provide the coherent signal that the surrounding field of consciousness uses as a template to organize itself. The underlying structure of reality is designed for this progression. The ultimate purpose of existence is to move from the friction of the duality engine to the frictionless radiance of the sovereign center.